What's going on YouTube? It's your boy, One Take Code, coming at you again with a banger reaction video, man. We're gonna be watching this husband slips up and does what only a killer would do. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna see what the husband did, man. Obviously, he slipped up on May 2nd, 2017. We're gonna hop into the video right now. A husband, May 2nd, 2017. Let's see what's going.
What you are watching is body cam footage recorded by Coleman County Sheriff's deputies as they responded to a report of
Country
a woman
ass city.
that had been shot in the head. When they arrived at the
Whoa! Now I know damn well this husband didn't just kill this woman and just shoot his wife in the head. Man, this remind me of this movie my mama made me watch a long time ago. It's a horror movie, man. But he shot his daughter in the middle of the forehead. And he killed his daughter. He killed the mama. He killed two daughters. He had one daughter he shot in the middle of the forehead. This and that. Third came back and hunted him. There's a lot of bullshit that was going on. She made him put his finger in the forehead. That would scarred me for life. That would made me remember. She made him stuff his thumb into her forehead where that bullet went into. It was crazy, bro. It was really insane. Y'all gonna have to find out what that movie is. I'm gonna have to find it. I can't recall what it is, but next video or anybody know about the movie, let me know in the comment. But back to the video, bro. Back to the video. I'm tripping.
37-year-old Jason Crawford was waiting for them on the driveway next to his family van. Inside the van, officers found 32-year-old Tiffany Crawford slumped over in the driver's seat.
Who is it? It's my wife.
She had two visible gunshot wounds, one to the left side of her chin and the other to her left temple. They immediately asked Jason where the gun was and checked Tiffany for a pulse.
Where's the gun, sir? It's right here in her hand.
Right here in her hand. Wait a minute. Did she commit suicide? What the fuck?
Is there a pulse? I can't find a pulse. You can come over here and check. I don't have a pulse.
Man, there's two gunshots to the head. No pulse coming.
It was clear that Tiffany had already
What the
passed
fuck
away,
going
but
on
there
here,
was
bro?
still hope, as EMS was in hot pursuit to the residence, intent on reestablishing a heartbeat.
Wait a minute. What you mean still hope?
As they waited, deputies asked Jason to explain what happened leading up to Tiffany's death.
What happened tonight? We were arguing.
Man, what you did was you sat there and you shot your wife into the head because y'all were arguing. Woo, woo, woo. Then you placed the gun in her hand and tried to play like she did that. Y'all, you probably found out some other bullshit that was going on, asked her the question, or she might have found out some shit you were doing. Either way it go, y'all were arguing. Woo, woo, third, you got upset, you killed your wife. And that's some bullshit at the end of the day, man. Why the fuck y'all be marrying these psychopaths? Like, y'all know who the fuck y'all marrying. Like, y'all women know who the fuck y'all marrying. Y'all know this. Before y'all even marry him, you know who he is. So what is going on? Like, you thought you could change him? Is that what it is? You thought your little husband was gonna change? He wasn't gonna be a psychopath anymore? That ain't how life works, baby. Once a psychopath, always a psychopath. When you believe if once a cheater, always a cheater, when you say that, that's crazy, right? Yeah. But it's like that sometimes in life. You gotta understand what's going on. Some people don't change and some people do. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. He didn't look like he was gonna be. Look, just look how he act. I'm talking too much as it is. Let's watch this, bro. I'm talking too much.
I didn't let her in the house. The last thing I remember, she said she loved me, and I was going in the house, and I heard a shot, a scream, and then another shot.
Here's a slightly more detailed version of what Jason just said. About a half hour earlier, at around 10:30 p.m., Tiffany returned home
Talk
with
to
the
me.
kids. After the kids ran inside, an argument broke out between Jason and Tiffany. Apparently, Jason was so upset that he refused to let Tiffany into the house. He told her to wait outside while he gathered some of her clothes and her work uniform so she could leave for the night. He then said that as he walked away, he heard Tiffany saying that she loved him. Suddenly, he heard a gunshot, followed by a loud scream, and then another shot. He quickly ran back outside and found Tiffany curled up inside the van with the door closed. That's when he immediately dialed 911.
911, where's your emergency?
I need someone to come out here to my house.
Police or medical?
Whoa.
My wife was shot.
Tell me
What the
exactly
fuck?
what
I'm
shot.
confused. I'm confused. Chat. TTO, the Taken family, everybody stop and wait for a minute. This is so confusing, bro. Like, there's no way that's what happened. Let's just watch it. Let's not chase.
Breathing?
I don't know.
Who has she been shot by? Where has she been shot?
She's shot in the head.
Who shot her in the head?
I'm trying to turn the lights on so I can see.
Where's the gun at?
It's laying beside her.
Clearly, Jason was acting suspicious from the
Yeah.
second he dialed 911 instead of answering who he believed shot his wife. He just
He
let
already
out
breathed.
an airy sigh and moved on.
Who shot her in the head?
I need someone out here, please.
But once officers were on the scene, he became much more forthcoming. Instead of dodging questions, he told them exactly what he believed happened. He stated that if Tiffany didn't pull the trigger, it must have been an unknown assailant. But before the deputies could dig any deeper into these
What would an
theories,
unknown
the
assailant be?
EMTs finally arrived on the scene, eager to bring Tiffany back to life.
You stay back here. What they're going to do is try to determine if they can get a pulse, okay? Open the bag. Give me some trauma shoes.
Stay clear of patient. Analyzing heart rhythm. Check airway.
But what I'm saying is, how you gonna get some heart, bro? How you gonna do this?
Analyzing heart rhythm. Check circulation.
As Tiffany was receiving medical care, the deputies decided to follow up on some of Jason's statements. They wondered if an event like this was predictable for Tiffany.
Mr. Crawford? Yes, sir. How old is she? She's about 33. Now,
He beats his wife. He beats her. Beat the fuck out of her. And this time he just didn't beat her. He said, I'm gonna mentally fuck you up and I'm gonna make you go think about what your choices are. I always lay my hands on you, but this time I'm gonna make you think about your choices. She couldn't take that mental abuse. She took all the physical, all that extra shit, but that mental abuse, she couldn't take it. She said, fuck that. You gonna take my kids away from me. You gonna make me go to work without saying bye to my kids, kissing my kids when I get up in the morning, go to work. All that extra shit, you gonna do this to me? That's what you gonna do to me? Can't take it. Oh, this is all that happened, bro.
They're working on her. I didn't feel one, but they're working on her, okay? Is that her gun? That
But
she kept
Slick
with
though,
her?
he could have just got that.
Any kind of mental problems in the past? No. I mean, she's seeing a counselor. I didn't know that till today.
This comment raised some red flags for the deputies. Did Tiffany really go behind Jason's back to get counseling? If so, why? They wondered if there were escalating problems with
That face right, that face right there. That face right there. You beat the fuck out of her. That's your sister too, ain't it? You live in Alabama. Tiffany and Jason sitting in a tree. I beat my wife. Now she dead to me. Hey, this is what this is. You beat the hell out your wife. You really beat the fuck out of her, bro. That's crazy. She looked like she was just scared of you. That looked like one of them fake smiles, man. I ain't gonna lie. This look like one of those fake little happy little family smiles. Like they taking this picture in front of everybody smiling, but they really be pissed off with each other. That's what they giving.
which led to Tiffany's death. Because of this inkling, they decided
See, that's the first picture when they got together, and that's a lot of Photoshop. A load of that ain't even his real smile. This is fake as hell. They were living a fake. They were living a fake love story. That's not his real mouth. The teeth is fucked up. That's not her real teeth. None of that is real right there. All that. This up here real. With a little shade, but all this right here. Below the mouth, all that below the nose, done for.
check the records for
Photoshop.
any domestic disputes between Jason and Tiffany. And although there was nothing of interest, they did discover that Jason had deep ties to law enforcement. He was actually the son of Rhonda Crawford, the head of management at the county's public records office.
She been writing off every goddamn domestic violence case you done had.
Records across from the sheriff's office. Oh, shoot.
Rhonda was then called to the scene, and just as she arrived at 11:38 p.m., EMS officially declared Tiffany deceased.
She was dead before you even got there.
2338.
Doctor at CRNC just told him to call it.
But y'all couldn't put the real date of birth though. See viewers on. Hey, if I got any moderators in my chat, get him up out of here. He did that twice. I want him gone. Matter of fact, if y'all can't get him gone, guess what?
Revolver, two
Guess
spent
what?
bullet casings,
I want him gone.
blood spatter, and a journal that belonged to Tiffany. They also found gunshot
Up outta
residue
here.
on Tiffany's hands and clothing. They collected all of this evidence for forensic analysis. While speaking to the neighbors, investigators learned that Tiffany was heavily involved in volunteering at local community events and was even the founder of an online group called Mothers Helping Mothers.
MHM is a community for all moms
Like
of
I
all walks
said,
of life. It
like I
doesn't matter
fucking
your
said,
background. We want to be there to love and
like I
support you. We
fucking
want to be able
said.
to laugh with each other,
She
to
was
love
getting
each
beat.
other,
She was going to counseling behind this man back. All that extra shit. She was getting fucking beat. This man was beating the shit out of her.
and to just build you up in everyday motherhood.
Considering how dedicated and passionate she was about her community, authorities
Sad,
wondered
bro.
who
I
would
hate
want
people
to
like
kill
this, bro.
Tiffany
Forgive
and
me for
why.
using that word,
After
but this
inspecting the
is
body on
crazy,
site,
fool.
the
I
coroner
wanna
believed that the
wanna
presence of
smack
two
somebody. I
bullet
wanna put
wounds
my hand
meant
across
that
your
this was
face.
almost certainly a homicide, and that the gun must have been placed in her hand after Tiffany was already dead. Tiffany's body was then
Cause he
transported to
did
the
it.
Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences.
How did I just put this together? I just sat down and put Alabama. This is Alabama. This is Alabama. I sat down and said this. If y'all roll back into this channel, roll back on the video a couple minutes ago. I sat there and said Tiffany and Jason sitting in a tree. I live in Alabama now. My wife deceased or some shit like that. It was something close to that. It was some kind of little tickety tackety talk thing I was doing. But I didn't know this shit. Told y'all at Alabama, I knew they were cut. They were sisters and brothers. I knew they were sisters and brothers. Incest shit got to stop. Alabamians, y'all got to stop this. I'm from Alabama too, but y'all, that side right there got to stop. Sat and said they look alike. They were doing a little Photoshop shit to make themselves look a little different. The damn love story and disaster. You thought this love story gonna last? This love story wasn't gonna last. I'm tired of you, Jason. I hate you, Jason. I want to go be with somebody different, Jason.
For an autopsy. The next morning, on May 3rd, 2017, the case was handed over to the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation, and Detective Joe Parrish was put in charge.
Joe!
To begin his investigation,
Mr.
he
Joe.
planned on taking a look at Tiffany Crawford's van for himself. But to his surprise, the Coleman Sheriff's Office had already returned the van to the Crawford family the night before. Parrish was still able to
so
quickly
quick.
track down the vehicle and examine it. But strangely,
been
Jason had
clean.
already thoroughly cleaned it. And
Knew it.
apparently, he had actually gotten permission.
His mother got that car out. His mother should be arrested out there. They
from the
both should be
sheriff's
arrested.
office to do so. Jason stated that the reason he cleaned the van so quickly was that he didn't want his kids to see any remnants of the horrible murder that took place inside it.
Which makes sense.
Detective
This is
Parrish
good. That was a
confirmed
good
that Jason
getaway.
did in fact have permission to clean the vehicle. But he couldn't help but wonder if Jason received special treatment due to his connection with law enforcement. However,
He did.
since there wasn't any
He
proof of
most
corruption,
definitely
he had
did.
no
Special
choice but to
conditions.
move on with his investigation. He diverted his focus to carefully reviewing the 911 call and noticed that Jason sounded calculated when answering some of the questions and may have been avoiding other questions altogether, like this one.
Who has she been shot by?
Please have an ambulance come out, please.
I need someone out here, please.
7 days after Tiffany was shot dead, Detective Parrish asked Jason to come down to the station for an interview.
The State Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, so
During
this is now
interview,
7
Jason
days
spoke
after.
about
This is
his
crazy.
relationship with Tiffany.
So you telling me he cleaned the van? They got the damn. He did get the van the night up, like the night right after. Damn, that is crazy, bro.
He explained that this was actually his second marriage, and his first marriage ended abruptly after learning that his wife had cheated on him. He got a divorce and was a single dad to his son Logan for several years. After putting himself back on the market, he met Tiffany, but at the time, she was still married to another man. She eventually got divorced as well, and like clockwork, the two started dating before getting married in 2011. Their marriage lasted more than 6 years, during which they had 2 children of their own, Tristan and Symphony. However, in the months leading up to her death, Tiffany's behavior changed and she started drinking very heavily.
There was at one point, about 2.5 to 3 months ago, where she felt like she was probably going to leave. She started drinking more, like she was buying more wine. She would not just drink 2 or 3 glasses, like at least 3 or 4 nights a week, she would almost drink the whole bottle.
With trust issues from his last relationship, Jason had a sneaking suspicion that Tiffany was hiding something from him
She
as
was
well.
cheating
But
again.
he hadn't figured out what it
She was
could be.
cheating again.
Then, just hours before her
He
death,
the one who killed her. She was
curiosity
cheating
got the better
again.
of him. So he logged onto Tiffany's computer and found
I knew
messages
it.
to her new counselor, complaining about how lazy he is on a daily basis.
I logged onto her computer and saw that she had
Counselor fucking
messaged,
Tiffany is crazy.
I guess her counselor, because it was Lori, talking about me, about He hasn't changed. He's still lazy, doesn't have any drive. He doesn't want to do anything. When I come home from the shop, I want to not do anything. She was a stay-at-home mom, so I felt like stuff at the house was her job.
To make matters worse, he also discovered messages to another man, revealing that Tiffany was, in fact, having an affair.
So
I
what
knew
happened
it.
next?
After I read that, that's when I called her. She denied having sex with him. And at that point, I was getting frustrated and wanting her to come home. And I was like, well, I want you to come home and you talk about this. It was just kept you all on my mind.
A few hours later, when Tiffany came home with the kids, Jason went outside and confronted her about the affair.
First thing I told her was, you take your wedding ring off. Like calling her stuff. So you ruined our home. It's like, you're no longer part of this.
She might have did kill herself
Ripped my
then.
life
Damn.
completely out. You know, you destroyed this. You destroyed her marriage.
But she cheated the first time. But I don't know why he even feels so different. Like, nigga, you took her from she was cheating on her husband the first time when you got with her. Like, I don't even see why you married that bitch. Forgive my language for her rest of her soul. But that little whore, damn, I did fuck up again. That little woman, man, she messed up her whole thing, bro. Like, you knew what she was when you got with her. Like, at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning of the video, y'all women be knowing who y'all get with, you know. And I'm thinking he the one who just killed her. She probably did kill herself, get mad and like being mentally upset about this shit. But like, damn, bitch, you did this shit yourself.
Everything.
As we mentioned earlier, Jason
Damn, we
refused
still
to
got
let
10
her
more
into
minutes
the house
though.
and told her to sleep somewhere else.
She wanted her stuff because she needed to go to work tomorrow. So I went back in to get them. I walked to the house. I was going in the house. I had just shut the door. Like I said, then I heard the shot. It was like one of those horrific screams that it sounded like something from a horror movie.
How long between the shots we're talking?
Like, it was like, well, scream and shot. And then like the last shot, the scream was over.
Notice Jason's hand position while recalling the moment that shots were fired. Rather than knocking on the table with his fist or an open palm, he points his index finger as if he was holding the gun himself. The detective saw this as a telling sign that Jason was actually holding the gun when shots were fired. While Detective Parrish continued...
That's crazy. I was sitting there saying that shit, fool.
Jason.
I'm no cap chat. In my head, I'm over here like, why is he doing it with this damn table? Like, his posture, everything about him right now is like, oh, I just got away with murder. Everything about this is like, I just got away with murder, bitch. You're not getting away with shit. This Joe thinks like me, bud. Joe thinks like me, a good old fashioned thinker.
About the details
We
of
see
that
that.
night, there was one
Boom.
detail that stood out.
See, look at the fingers, the movement of the hand, like you trying to stay calm. You sitting there doing this like you don't got nothing to worry about, this and that and the third, trying to keep your mind off of certain things. You know how you do a lie detector test, you know, to stay calm where you can pass it easy. You feel me? That's what's going on here.
Was she
Y'all
left
to
or
pay
right
attention.
hand?
She's right-handed.
Right hand.
Tiffany being right-handed is significant
She had a gun in her
because
left
the
hand.
weapon was in her left hand when deputies
What'd I
arrived
tell
at
you?
the scene.
Where's the gun, sir? It's right here in her hand.
This finding further indicated that the crime scene had been staged.
She ever shot left hand? Like, depending what y'all did at the range.
No, not really. No. The only thing I could think of is just because it was right there. She just reached and grabbed it.
Doing it
Did you
again.
shoot your wild?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
The interview was wrapped up, but before leaving the station, Jason surrendered his phone to the authorities. However, the phone was clean, as there was nothing incriminating on it. 19 days later, there had been no new developments in the case, so Jason was brought back in for further questioning and agreed to take a polygraph test.
The test has begun. Please remain still. Did you shoot Tiffany Crawford?
No.
Did you shoot Tiffany Crawford in the head?
No.
Did you shoot Tiffany Crawford inside that van?
No.
The polygraph test was concluded, and the examiner was certain that Jason was being deceptive.
Your reactions were off the chain. Okay. You're saying that there's no way that you shot your wife.
Correct.
Even after being called out for his deplorable polygraph results, Jason continued to firmly maintain his innocence.
I don't want to hear that I didn't shoot my wife, because I know that's a lie.
He then did something we almost never see in an interrogation. He clarified that he wasn't under arrest and walked out.
I can't even get up and leave because I'm under arrest, right?
You listen to me, huh? Walk out there. Oh, you know what?
A failed polygraph wasn't substantial enough to warrant an arrest. Months went by with no significant discoveries in Tiffany's
Nah,
case.
I ain't gonna lie, I
During
would've
this
walked
time,
out too,
the
though.
community of Coleman County gathered to celebrate her life. People shared fond memories of Tiffany's kind spirit and dedication to helping others.
She's probably one of the most encouraging girls I've ever met, one of the most encouraging human beings I've ever met in my entire life.
I have always said that Tiffany and I are like two peas in a pod. I don't know how to go on without her, but I'm going to try.
That fake ass shit right there, man. That fake ass crying right there. I hate you with a passion. I really do. I hate y'all when y'all lie like that. You didn't even like Tiffany. You didn't like Tiffany one bit. And that's me just looking at you. I can just tell y'all both didn't like Tiffany. After you found out Tiffany was having that affair, you hated Tiffany.
So big, and first thing was she would do anything to help anyone in need. So kind and caring and compassionate.
With the help of Tiffany's friends and members of Moms Helping Moms, a bench in Sportsman Lake Park was dedicated to Tiffany.
That's hard.
This weekend, Tiffany's friends dedicated a new bench in her memory in Sportsman Lake Park. It's purple, her favorite color.
A perfect way to remember her, because this means, you know, if you sit on the bench, then you want a friend, you need a friend, and someone comes sit with you and you're never alone.
It was evident that the community not only wanted to honor Tiffany's memory,
That's so
but
sweet.
also yearned for answers surrounding her untimely death. Due to a backlog in the Alabama State Crime Lab, about a year passed before authorities finally received Tiffany's autopsy report on March 8, 2018. Dr. Valerie Green, the medical examiner, confirmed her initial observations, stating that Tiffany's manner of death was homicide.
So it wasn't suicide.
Jason's story. Jason said that the car door was
So it wasn't
open
suicide.
and that he found Tiffany with the gun in her left hand. The absence of gunshot residue and abrasions around the wound on the left side of Tiffany's head indicated that the shot was
About
fired
10
from
inches.
at least 10 inches away. If the door was closed like Jason said it was, there
Been
would have
3
been
in
less than
Oh
10
yeah, I was
inches
gonna
of
say like
space.
3 inches of
Not only
space.
that,
The gun
if
itself
the
about
door
5 or
was
6
closed,
Oh, that
it
shit.
certainly would have been covered in the victim's blood. However, there was no blood on the driver's side door at all. To the detectives, these results were irrefutable proof that Jason's story was impossible. They now had even more reason to believe that Jason had murdered his wife in cold blood. While the autopsy report was a much-needed
I
win for
knew
the
it.
detectives, there was still no physical evidence
But I knew
that
she was
Jason
cheating,
was
though.
the one who fired the gun. However, Detective Parrish and Coleman County prosecutors believed that they had enough circumstantial evidence to take the case to a grand jury. After a thorough review, the grand jury found sufficient grounds to indict Jason Crawford. He was officially charged with first-degree murder. On Monday, May 21st, 2018, Jason turned himself in.
Jason Dwayne Crawford has been indicted for murder
Joe.
by a grand jury. According to the sheriff's office, Crawford turned himself in here at the Coleman County Detention Center.
Nigga
today.
can't even
He
sleep.
was booked and then posted a $100,000 property bond.
At his arraignment hearing, he pled not guilty. He was then escorted to the Coleman
He's
County
still saying he's
Detention
not
Center.
guilty. It's
However,
insane, bro.
since
They
he
done found
immediately
this shit.
posted his bond, he was released after just 30 minutes. While out on bail, the Coleman community, which included Tiffany's family, continued to support Jason. They truly believed that he did not commit the disturbing crime that he was accused of. After
That
several
man killed
delays,
his
the
wife,
trial
bro.
finally commenced
After he
on
found out
Monday,
she was cheating,
November
killed the hell out of that
14th,
woman, man.
2022.
Lame
It
ass
had been
nigga.
over 5 years
Green
since
ass
Tiffany's
nigga.
death, and although family and friends
Stupid
believed in
ass
Jason's
nigga.
innocence, they were all eager for details of the investigation to come to light. In State Prosecutor Jeff
Bitch
Roberts'
ass
opening
nigga.
statement, he
Fucking
meticulously laid out the case against Jason. He
Smack
said
a
that it
nigga
was
like you,
physically
bro.
impossible for the shooting to be anything but a homicide, and Jason was the only person who had a clear motive: to get revenge for Tiffany cheating on
Yeah.
him. They pointed out his suspicious behavior throughout the investigation, including his avoidance of important questions during the 911 call.
Who shot her in the head?
That ain't that big of a
And
deal,
the
but that is
conflicting
crazy
statement
though
he
that
made
he
about the
did
gun
that. But
laying next to her,
Where's the gun at?
It's laying beside her.
which in reality was actually in Tiffany's left hand when the cops found her.
Where's the gun, sir? It's right here in her hand.
They also pointed out that he refused to be tested for gunshot residue and cleaned the van spotless as soon as it was released back to him. The state called DNA analyst Angela Fletcher to the stand. Since only
Angela.
a trace amount of male DNA was detected on the gun, she couldn't confirm whether or not it belonged to Jason. The prosecutor suggested that there was hardly any DNA on the gun because Jason had cleaned it before staging the scene. There was also no blood on the driver's side door, which is consistent with Jason standing outside the van and shooting Tiffany while the door was open. However, the defense argued that there was still no physical evidence to directly link
Y'all
Jason to the
can't even
shooting.
lock
They
Jason
believed
up,
that
you
the
bitches.
incompetence of the sheriff's office is why Jason was never
His mother
ruled
was
out as a
smart.
suspect. For
Yeah.
example, the trace amount of male DNA could have belonged to an unknown assailant, but the deputies had tunnel vision on Jason and didn't properly investigate that possibility. They emphasized that the police should have forced Jason to be tested for gunshot residue. They also should have searched for any bloody clothes inside Jason's house. The
Yeah.
defense also claimed that Jason was inside the house when the shots were fired, which was corroborated by Jason's eldest son during his testimony. To address the claims from the prosecution's medical examiner, the defense hired their own medical examiner, Dr. James Lauridsen. Despite the fact that there were 2 gunshot wounds, he believed that this was not a homicide. While one half of the defense's case was tackling the accusations against Jason, the other half focused on Tiffany's state of mind at the time of her death. It turned out that Tiffany's friends confirmed Jason's claims that she had been drinking excessively. Apparently, she was upset because the man she had an affair with had recently broken up with her. She even started seeing a counselor to address her mental instability. Her first appointment was the day before she died. Portions of Tiffany's diary were read aloud to the jury. In one of the entries, she wrote that she was trying not to break down. The entry was dated May 2nd, 2017, the same day as the shooting. The last person the defense called to the stand was Jason himself. He spoke with compelling emotion, insisting that he loved Tiffany and vehemently denied any involvement in her.
I don't know. I
His
still think he
testimony
killed her.
seemed like a strategic move to humanize Jason and sway the jury. But there were several moments of inappropriate laughter, which the prosecutor pounced on during cross-examination, questioning his sincerity and emotional state. On Friday, November 18th, 2022,
She
after
was
4
cheating on
days
her,
of
man.
trial, Jason's fate was now in the hands of the jury. After carefully reviewing the evidence, they returned with a verdict. Jason Dwayne Crawford was found guilty of murdering his wife.
Because he
Jason
did do it.
immediately appealed this conviction, but it was ultimately denied by the Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals. His sentencing hearing was on Friday, March 10th, 2023, and Tiffany's mother, Cheryl, spoke directly to Jason, saying, "If not you, who? You were there. You know the truth. I pray you will someday find wisdom and strength to speak the truth." After the impact statements were concluded, the judge handed down Jason's sentence. Jason received 99 years in prison with the possibility of parole after serving.
But he got a
15 years.
possibility.
He is currently
15
serving his
or
sentence
50?
at the possibility of parole after serving 15 years. He is
Let's say
9 years in prison
15.
with the possibility of parole after serving 15 years. He is
15
currently serving
years
his
is
sentence
crazy.
at the Kilby Correctional Facility in Montgomery, Alabama.
That was crazy, chat. Thoughts about this case? Me personally, I think Jason did it. To be honest with you, I really do think Jason did this shit, man. Jason did this shit at the end of the day, bro. There's no way. If it wasn't her, if she killed herself, she killed herself, but I don't see where that, with no gun residue, you want to clean up the car already. You got your mom involved. That's what I feel like. The mom just covered up this shit very well, bro. You got away with it. But yeah, until next time, chat, man. The Taken family, man. We on the way up.
Live streaming, rapping, now I'm getting all these views. Just listen to me, these niggas just be capping in they views. No Drake shit, I'ma show you how you go back to back. Just listen to me, this shit right here